welcome to another exciting episode of the newspaper review on Tap TV. My name is Sophie John, and as usual, I won't be doing this alone. I'm joined by my very beautiful political analyst, Kosi. Kosi, how are you doing today?
I'm very fine. I'm doing great. I'm happy.
You're happy?
I can't keep myself. I know the country is hard, but I'm still happy. I thank God for everything.
That's the only option. To
exactly. You know that situation whereby you're in a situation whereby you can't do anything rather than to make yourself happy. So I'm happy, and I'm grateful to God for everything.
Well, it's very important to keep ourselves happy despite all that is going on.
No matter what,
we need to
happiness.
find that peace.
Exactly.
In the chaos.
Because even if you say, okay, maybe you want to be mad at the government for the situation you guys are in on all that, it's not right, because it won't do you any good. It rather add more problem to your life. So just be happy.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show.
Yeah, most welcome.
You too can also be a part of the show. You can like, comment, subscribe to our channel. You can click the subscribe button under the video. You can also drop your comment on the comment box under this video also. Follow us on all our social media handles. We are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, and of course, we are also on TikTok. Without much ado, we'd like to head over to our first newspaper for today. A lot has been going on in our political scene. Today, we'll be looking at the Nigerian Tribune. Nigerian Tribune is leading with a story on ECOWAS. Southern Middle Belt leaders, Catholic bishop, Islamic clerics, NGE warns against military action. Sanusi meets school leaders, visit Asu Villa after Nimeya's return. That's in page 3 of the Nigerian Tribune. Government policy choices responsible for divestment, capital flight. That's according to NECA. You can find the rest of the story on page 7 of the Nigerian Tribune. Nomination open for the 2023 Obafemi Awolowo Leadership Prize. That's on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Akpabio under fire over remarks on token given to lawmakers for vacation. You can read the rest of that on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. Security of students, schools will get special attention. That's according to Ribadu. You can read the rest of that on page 8 of the newspaper. 2 killed as truck rams 5 vehicles on Echo Bridge. That's on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu meets El-Rufai Wike. You can read the rest of that on page 23 of the Nigerian Tribune. Customs 62 MDAs may stop revenue collection. FIRS more suitable for the role. That's on page 6 of the Nigerian Tribune. And that's all we'll be taking on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. So, Kosi, I'd like you to share your thoughts on this story on page 5 on the Nigerian Tribune. It says, Akpabio under fire over remarks on token given to lawmakers for vacation. That was a video that was trending, it was trending throughout yesterday. I saw that video in the morning and I still saw it in the evening. Everybody has been talking about it. It was really a sad thing to see. There's a lot going on in our country. Our economic sector is suffering. Our educational sector is suffering. Our health sector is suffering. A lot of sectors in this country is suffering. And
some
NLC,
group of people are busy
NLC,
sharing.
they are still fighting for minimum wage to be increased rather. And then we get to see a video of the Senate president talking about a token given to the House of Representatives
for vacation.
For their vacation.
Like enjoyment. It's actually for enjoyment.
Yeah.
Because
Let's quote him.
Because
let's quote him. He said, a token has been sent to your account.
No, in order for you to enjoy your vacation, it's very important to enjoy your vacation.
Their enjoyment. I'm sure their vacation was probably sponsored.
Exactly.
Then he sent them enjoyment
money.
Enjoyment money. Very important.
Very sad.
And then every day we hear our president tells us, Nigeria,
be patient.
Be patient. We need to be patient.
We have some group of people are busy enjoying this tenor.
We need to make sacrifice.
We are the ones making sacrifice. Why the people in power, the government, they are the one enjoying it. Why we make sacrifices, they enjoy it. Then maybe by the time we will die, then that's when they will start looking at us. Because I really don't understand how the government with the recent states in the country now, the states in which the country is, you see that a lot of things are happening. The NLC, they are clamoring for increments in their minimum wage. Imagine in a country where the minimum wage is 30,000, with this fuel hike, fuel subsidy removal, even the health sector, they also clamoring for their
Even
own
doctors
increment.
too.
That's the health sectors.
Our health
They
sector
went
is
for
very
2 week
important.
strike. Health sector should be the paramount in every country. Paramount, because the lives of the citizens are at stake here. It should be the paramount, and nothing should happen when it comes to the health sector, because there's a popular saying that says, well, once there is life, there is hope. If there is no life, nothing. You don't even have the right to dream, because you need to take care of yourself first before anything. But it's none of their business whether we survive or not, as long as they are funding their lifestyles. This is very sad. Seriously, it's a very big disgrace to the lawmakers. Imagine this is on live TV. A lot of people saw this. A lot of people, countries saw this, just for you to see the level of corruption that has been rooted deep into Nigeria, for you to see how corrupt our government is. Imagine
The housing allowance they get, the wardrobe allowance, the transportation allowance. They also have enjoyment allowance. All this-
enjoyment,
all this
whereas
money-
people are
all
suffering.
this
Go
money
to
that
the
can be
streets, you
channeled
see
into
how beggars, how kids, they are begging, going about, harassing people. You won't call it harassing, but it's so annoying when the government know that they're supposed to do this, provide things. You understand? Kids that are meant to be in school, they are going about. Do you know, it makes me bleed inside me, because these kids are meant to be in school like others, but because they are not able to afford it, because of the current state of the economy, every government that comes into power makes us to miss the former government, which is wrong. If you look at it, you see that even the time President Goodluck Jonathan came into power, Nigerians, Nigerians hated him, because, and then the price of fuel was just 87 naira, 85 naira. Things were good to us then, things were bad. At least naira was still within, naira for the exchange rate then was still within the normal this thing. You can still buy things you want. The rate of poverty now, it wasn't as much as it was. Even the rate of unemployment then, it wasn't as much as it is now. You understand? So it's as if, okay, even when he left, President Buhari entered, people were clamoring, the same missing Goodluck Jonathan. People were asking him how was he able to cope with all the insults he received. He was still making sure to maintain the fuel rate, because in Nigeria, like, fuel is like, that's the center of Nigeria. Fuel is the center of Nigerian economy. You understand? So, and once there's increment in fuel price, every other sector increases. Both the price of, because you have to, even if things that are being produced within Nigeria, because the transportation will increase, and those people, they will have to add it to their own commodity for them to make their own gain. You understand? And in a country where the minimum salary is 30,000, whereas these lawmakers are receiving 1.5 million as salary, and they still sponsor. It's not even included in their wardrobe allowance, then enjoyment allowance.
They get enjoyment
Whereas
allowance.
people the health sector, they went for 2 weeks strike.
Even ASU too.
Are they going now?
They're not going on strike, but they have been fighting.
Exactly. That's the education sector. And later, if they want to receive treatment, they'll go outside, because they know that the students here, they are not reliable.
They don't even school here.
They don't school here. Well, and that, even in the health sector, you see, if you go to the hospital now, as majority doctors, if they have the opportunity to leave Nigeria, they will grab it. Some people will even say that they cannot wait to take the exam they normally take for them to leave. And they are, every year they are clamoring for brain draining. They should reduce brain draining in Nigeria. Because what's the good there? Most of these doctors, they succeed. Because these people have the right potential to make you discover your purpose. They make you discover whatever. Imagine working in a right environment where coming from your house to this place is stress-free. Not the one you have to enter gallop before, by the time you come, your body system has disorganized. Then before you start attending to patients, we are so disorganized. So to me, I feel that what the government of this present government is doing is misplace of priority. They are saying each government, they will come, they will say insecurity. Insecurity is still on the increase. You cannot even
look at the sad story of that doctor that died in an elevator ride.
exactly. This story,
Because
this
that hospital was not where
maintained.
It was supposed to be renovated. It was not maintained. Where does all this money going to?
You've seen one of the channel where it goes to.
A video of our Senate president talking about enjoyment allowance.
Whereas people are dying, people are suffering.
I'm sure he didn't
The
know that was
Nigerians, do you know Nigerians are suffering? He didn't know. Because if he had, because it was when he realized, it was as if someone, when I watched the video, it was as if someone told him that, I will see you recording. That was when he was like, I will withdraw my statement. It was so stupid. Like, that's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I sent prayers to you.
I sent, so with prayer now, you can enjoy.
Our Senate president.
I don't know if they think, I don't know if they think we are mentally unstable, or we don't see all these things. But it's just that in Nigeria, even if no matter how you clamor, how much you talk, nothing will be done.
The way he tried to downplay what the initial statement he made,
Like
that other statement he made after that initial statement, I felt that was an insult to Nigerians. Like
Nigerians, we are already used to. Do you know Nigerians are used to this insult that they don't even realize it when they are being insulted. Corruption has rooted deep into Nigerians that every member of Nigeria every citizen in Nigeria is corrupt. We are so corrupt that we are being, if you say the most corrupt country.
Members, they just hushed him.
Exactly, not because
that statement, they were drawing it. They were like
making noise for him to stop.
Know that he's on live. Then the next thing we could hear him say was that I sent
prayers to your mailbox.
To your mailbox.
Can you imagine? So account now has turned to mailbox. Like at times, I don't know the country I am in. The current government favors the bourgeoisies. Seriously. I'm serious. So I feel that the government should do more. They should do better. You understand? These people, most of them that in that lawmakers, in that House of Senate and House of Representatives, some of them were elected them. Some elected themselves. You understand? Because if you look at during the presidential election, you will see that it was characterized with a lot of rigging, a lot of tyranny. So to me, I feel that these people should do more. I don't know if Nigeria is going to be ever be better. I don't know if it's going to ever be better. With this whole thing that is happening, I'm scared of my generation. Because anybody that enters the seat, all they do is to look out for their own interest, selfish interest. So I feel that the lawmakers who are dead, they should represent us well. With this thing, I don't even, from the onset, I don't have any maybe any sort of assurance from the government. I don't even have any expectation from the government. Seriously, I don't, because I know that you only be disappointed. The 500 billion that President Bola Tinubu brought out, since now, I've not heard how they even shared the money, distributed the money. I've not heard of it. Have you?
They set up a committee for.
Then what has
actually hear about the 500 billion naira? What we heard about was the committee for taxes.
We are talking about the 500 billion that the 500 billion that we're talking about here. I've not heard news on it, how they distributed, or because I remember some states were saying that they've not received theirs.
Even the grains, they said the grains and fertilizers, they said they will give to farmers to cushion the fuel subsidy removal effect. Um, I think that was yesterday. I saw this news about the head of the Farmers Association of Nigeria. I
Okay.
can't actually remember his name. He was saying that farmers did not receive fertilizers.
My thing in this Nigeria,
And
once
this
they
is getting
promise
to
you
a
something,
month
once they
since
promise
they
you
promised
something,
they
just
will
forget
disburse
it.
that.
Once they promise, they've made a lot of promises that they've not kept. Like once they promise something, just forget it. So my own is, don't expect much from Nigerian government, but the House of Rep, House of Senate, they should at least do better. They shouldn't be taken as joke, because just go the way they are ridiculing them on Twitter, or a whole House of Rep, House of Senate, the way they are ridiculing them. So to me, I feel that they should put the interests of Nigerians as their paramount. Whatever they do, they should take the interest of the citizen, because they are representing the senatorial zone in each state, right?
state.
So they should please represent us well and stop looking for enjoyment
allowance.
allowance.
Thank you very much for that insightful contribution. We head up to our next newspaper for today. We'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper. On page 8 of the Vanguard, Emefiele asked courts to stop FG from further prosecuting him. You can read this up on page 8 of the Vanguard. 2023, all eyes now on the judiciary. That's according to Owerri Catholic Bishop. You can read that up on page 11 of the Vanguard. Kano CJ gives magistrate court 6 months to dispose pending cases. You can read that up on page 13 of the newspaper. Niger coup, Sanusi meets junta leaders, briefed Tinubu. That's on page 5 of the newspaper. There are also some sub-stories. Don't adopt military means to force illegal government out of power. That's the SMBLF telling Tinubu. NGE calls for strategic engagement and diplomacy, says military intervention not an option. Urges Tinubu's government to fulfill his promises on economic intervention. You can find all the story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. FIRS more suitable to collect revenue from government, that's according to our Presidential Tax Reform Committee. You can read that up on page tax reform. You can read that up on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Resident doctors suspend nationwide protest. That's on page 9 of the newspaper. Bandits kill 3 in Taraba. 2023 WWC will lack motivation and support from NFF. This according to our women from the FIFA World Cup. That's all we'll be taking on the Vanguard newspaper. I'd like to talk a bit on this story on sport, because we saw a video of our Senate president talking about enjoyment allowance in quotes, and then our women that went to represent us in the FIFA World Cup, they are complaining that they have not been paid their bonuses for other competitions they have been going for.
And these people, they really did well in this
yes,
World
they also
Cup.
complained that they were not well sponsored, that they got to share beds. I've forgotten who said that yesterday, that they got to share beds.
I don't even know why I'm
the
surprised.
accommodation they got, and they didn't get good training field. Other countries had more resources than them. And it's so funny that these ladies that went to represent our country internationally, that went to put our names on the map,
Exactly.
they didn't get sponsored for that. They didn't get the support. And then we get to see video of our Senate president talking about
enjoyment
allowance. It's really sad.
It's really sad, my dear. It's really sad.
Things happening in this country is really sad. Still on the Vanguard, Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on this story on page 8. Emefiele asked court to stop FG from further persecuting him. There's been a lot on Emefiele these days on the news. The former central bank governor, there's been a lot on him these days on the news.
Actually, I if you if you've been following MFLS story, you know that as of July 25th, right? Yeah, July
July
25th,
25th.
court actually ordered the DSS to release him on bail. You understand? He was granted bail of 200 million, right? And what happened? There was fights between the DSS and
Yes, that's the DSS and the correctional
correctional officers. You understand? Making the DSS look so stupid. You understand? A whole DSS, Department of State Service, that are meant to, like, these things are not their job. If assuming Nigeria knows knows what it means to divide job or handle things in a well organized manner, they will know that DSS is not their job to be taking such case. Their case should be something higher. You understand? And this is they are meant to be respected. But after that thing that happened, Nigeria has turned them into jokes. Like they joke about them randomly, which is wrong. Like to me, I feel that even when the court ordered that he should be granted bail, the DSS they took him away, and till now he has not been granted any bail, which is wrong. It shows that the judiciary, they are not independent as they said. A judiciary, they said the court is like the rule of law is above every other person. Nobody is above the rule of law. That's the rule. Nobody is above the law. That's the rule of law. You understand? And the law is above every other person. But in Nigeria, some persons are above the law, that they break it and they go scot-free without being penalized. And when the people that are not, that doesn't have that much power, those are the ones they try to enforce that law upon. You understand? There's one thing my lecturer always say, that in all you're getting, get power. It's very, very important. Because a call alone can say, in Nigeria, a call alone can solve everything. So, and them not till now, they've not even released him. It shows that the judiciary, they are just toothless bulldog. You understand? If they can order that this should be done and still nothing has been done about it, it's as if they are just talking. They are high sounding nothing. But the judiciary of any country should be like the masterpiece. That's why as of early this year, they are clamoring for independence. They don't want to, because they imagine in a country, okay, they don't want the Chief Justice of Nigeria to be appointed by the president or nominated by the president. They don't want it. Because imagine a place where the Chief Justice of Nigeria is being appointed by the president. What do you think? You cannot bite the hand that feed you. It's not possible. So it makes them to carry out their duty with fear. But that symbol of balance of a blinded woman, it shows that no matter, even if it's your brother, as long as he's guilty, you should sentence him. That's the symbol of that blindfolded woman with a balanced scale. It shows that no matter who, even if it's the president, as long as he's guilty, he should be sentenced. But in Nigeria, the rule of law is not followed. And for Emefiele trying to, he's actually asking that they should release him. Quite alright, because they found him, they didn't find him guilty though. But I don't know why they are still holding him. So I feel that the judiciary should be given the independence they need to be able to carry out their duties without any fear or any favor from anyone. So that's my own opinion.
Thank you for that insightful contribution. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll be taking our last newspaper for today. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Hey there! Are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers, and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators, and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Welcome back. This is still the newspaper review on Tap TV. My name is Sophia Jan, and we'll be looking at our last newspaper for today. We'll be looking at the Daily Sun's newspaper. The Daily Sun is leading with a story, coup in Niger Republic. Cardinals, bishops, editors warn against military action. Libya is an example of a disastrous consequence of military option. That's according to Bishop Cleric. Military intervention would deepen Nigeria's economic crisis, NADECO US wants. Strategic engagement, diplomacy should be applied. That's according to NGE. You can read this up on page 6 and 27 of the Daily Sun newspaper. Babies not breastfed 14 times more likely to die before their first birthday. That's according to UNICEF. You can read this up on page 27 on the Daily Sun. Still on the Daily Sun, FG makes FIROS sole revenue collection agency. That's on page 2 to abolish tax hampering businesses. Atlantic Ocean surge endangers Bayelsa communities. That's according to Daira. You can read that on page 27 of the newspaper. 7 women regain freedom in Niger State after 130 days in captivity. That's on page 4 of the newspaper. FG Emefiele resumes battle over bail today. Diaspora engagement meets must. Sorry, let me take that again. Diaspora engagement must for robust contribution to nation building. That's according to former Finance Minister Okonji Iweala. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun. Meeting with Wike El-Rufai in Aso Rock. That's on page 27 of the Daily Sun, and that's all we'll be taking on the newspaper. Kosi, I would like you to share your thoughts on the lead story on the Daily Sun. Cardinals, bishops, editors warns against military action. Libya is an example of a disastrous consequence of military option. I'd like you to share your thoughts on this story.
All right. Well, if you've been following this Niger coup, you know that it started on 26th of July, right? 2023. And ever since then, there have been series of diplomatic approaches. Yeah. Sanction too, you understand? And retaliation from the part of the Niger military juntas. And as of last week, the ultimatum that was given to them by the ECOWAS, it elapsed, and in order to respond, in order to protect themselves, the military juntas in Niger actually seek help from Russia mercenaries. And ever since then, some of the African countries that have been under the military rule, like the Mali, the Sudan, the Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, they came out to support them massively, you understand? And all these countries, they are still under ECOWAS, right? And a lot of people, like the cardinals, the bishops, they've been clamoring that the ECOWAS shouldn't use the military arm, you understand? Because this Niger, we have boundary, we share boundary with them. Like in Katsina, in Jigawa, in Jigawa, you understand? We share boundary with them. So, and owing to the fact that there have been some bilateral relationship between Nigeria and Niger. And the reason why this is because we share boundary with them, especially in terms of economy, you understand? And it's going to, if they should use this military method, it's going to destabilize both Niger and Nigeria. Nigeria won't be, we're already in deep shit. Like, we already, our economy is in crisis. So trying to do anything to deepen it is something that, to me, I feel is risky. You understand? It's risky, especially after many countries, especially in this Africa, they are trying to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic and all that. So I feel that before the government, the chairman, which is the President Buhari, the president of Nigeria, should think well. Like, he should think it through before using war. You understand? Because there's something, one popular saying in international relations, that in strategic studies, that for war to be used, they must have exhausted all the diplomatic means. You understand? And yeah, they sent some delegates to speak with the military juntas. They also, even the former emir of Kano, that's Sanusi, met with the military junta, the leader, that's Nshiani. So he met with him and all that, but there had not been any response from him as of this day, you understand? But still, this should employ whatever means, whatever diplomatic means, because nobody wants war. Have you seen, like, you've not been where they've had war, you understand? It's really disastrous. In the time, the economy of Nigeria doesn't even need to be tampered with as of now. We're trying to recover from the whole pandemic and all that. So for them to use war is better. They exhaust every military, every diplomatic strategy they can use. And to me, I don't even know why. Yeah, I know that the chairman of ECOWAS, they are deep, like, is from Nigeria, right? But why, when Burkina Faso had their own military rule, why didn't ECOWAS, like, deploy those methods? You understand? Why is this Niger this thing very, very, like, paramount to Nigeria? I don't know, because I've been thinking, is it because of, if you look at what happened during the 2023 election, presidential election, where the democracy of the country is being tampered. So I feel that some persons in the government are trying to use it as an avenue to avail themselves, to show the world that they truly support democracy. You understand? That's my own thinking. But still, whatever President Bola Tinubu is doing, he shouldn't employ war, because the use of war is actually disastrous. It's actually disastrous. And they are convening their summit today to discuss. So till then, let's wait for his final opinion or final decision on it.
Thank you very much for joining us today on the show. Thank you so much, Kosi. Where we draw our curtains today on the newspaper review on Tab TV. I still remain your host, Sophia John, and my political analyst, Kosi. Thank you for staying with us. You can like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. You should also follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Instagram, and of course, TikTok. See you same time, same station tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye-bye.